You know, a lot of you have been asking me, hey man, you've shown us all these demos and everything, but can you show us exactly what your settings are for the Dolby Vision 4K movies? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you step by step what I'm using on my LG OLED, and this honestly will apply for every OLED out there. Yes, the E8 and 8 series have Alpha 9 processor, but the B7, C7 is still good. All right, so here's the settings. Currently you're watching 2001 Space Odyssey. This is one of my favorite movies of all time. You know, there's the only thing better than this, it's Saving Private Ryan to me personally, but 2001 Space Odyssey is one of my all-time favorites. So let's get with this. Now if you see this is the exposure. When you see this light, that's the exposure on the camera lens. Okay, let me repeat that one more time. What you're seeing right now is the exposure from camera lens. That's not the TV, it's a camera lens. So let me just clarify that for those of you who don't know how cameras work, it picks up the exposure. Yes, there's cameras out there that pick up less of that exposure, but those are very high-end, expensive cameras, okay? All right, so what I'm using is a Cinema Home User Custom Dolby Vision Settings. Yes, I do have my energy savings on medium because I'm trying to reduce, you know, the potential risk of that burn-in, so I'm leaving it on a medium. Now let me show you my picture settings. Let me go to my picture settings. Let me click on it. Okay, my OLED light is at 50. They all recommend that you keep the OLED light at 50 for Dolby Vision, because Dolby Vision, it's already bright enough. Okay, if you want to move this OLED light to 100, that's fine, but the Dolby Vision, it's really not necessary for the OLED, honestly. I would keep it at 50. This is my honest opinion. Contrast is set to the maximum. Brightness, it's set to the 50. Sharpness set to 20. This is just a perfect balanced level. Sharpness at 20. Color set to 50. Nice balanced level right there. Now let's go to the expert controls. Expert controls, I do have my dynamic contrast high and my super resolution high as well, because I don't want any of that noise to be present there. I want to have the smoothest and cleanest picture possible. Gamma and color gamuts already disabled because it's already part of Dolby Vision. White balance, you don't mess around with this unless you have a professional equipment and the software to do this on a computer, so don't worry about this. Same thing with the color management system. You don't want to mess around with this unless you have a system, calibrating system to do this. Let's go back. Let's go to the expert. Let's go to the picture options. We already done the expert. Let's go to the picture options. I do leave my noise reduction to medium because I like to have, like I said, I want to have my picture quality to be the cleanest possible, zero noise, zero anything, as much as possible. Same thing here. Not that this will take any effect on a 4K remastered movie, but I like to have it on anyway. This is optional. You don't have to have this in medium, but I leave it in medium anyway. True motion, I always turn this off for the movies. I don't have it on. Sometimes if you're watching my videos, you might see my 4K 60 videos, but that's because the camera it's recording in 60 FPS, so it's duplicating the imagery, and you think that I have motion flow on. That doesn't mean that my motion flow it's on. It's just that sometimes I record my 5-minute videos in 4K 60, so therefore you will see duplicated images. They're moving faster. So true motion is off. And honestly, this is the best. Dolby Vision Cinema Home User settings that I'm using here are the best. I have tried many different other settings out there, but for Dolby Vision, I have found out that Cinema Home is the best. Now, OLED light, if you're in a very bright room, fine, I get it. Then you can move that OLED light all the way to the 100. But if you're like in a nicely, dimmed room like here, then you can leave it at 50. Okay? And here you will see that it just looks beautiful.
I'm afraid I can't do that.
What's the problem?
I think you know what the problem is just as well as I do.
What are you talking about now?
This mission is too important for me to allow you to jeopardize it.
I don't know what you're talking about, Hal.
I know that you and Frank were planning to disconnect me, and I'm afraid that's something I cannot allow to happen.
Where the hell did you get that idea, Hal?
Hey, although you took very thorough precautions in the pod against my hearing you, I could see your lips move.
And this is why it even took me a while to realize I knew this. Guys, you have to remember something. This is not my first time having an OLED. I did have 6 series, both C6, B6, and C7. I had OLEDs in the past. It's just that I bought into this fear mongering of burn-in, potential burn-in. And I was guilty of it too, to buy into that. I admit I was guilty of it too, because I was too scared to keep my OLED due to the fact that, oh my God, am I going to have a potential burn-in? Now, yes, if you forcing it, eventually you will get a burn-in. If you forcing it, you'll get a burn-in. But it's been blown out of proportion. It's been exaggerated way too much. People have this idea as soon as they buy an OLED that there's going to be burn-in immediately. Like, that's it. Like, this image is going to burn immediately. That's not the case, guys. And that's why I went back to the OLED. Believe me, I'm the most self-critical person of myself. I do evaluate myself and I do look at my videos. But I go through everything. I go through every television. I go through every panel. And based on that, I learn and I look. And I can see based on that what's right and what's not, what's true, what's not true. I can put everything together and align everything together, and I can tell you that yes, of course, if you force it, you can have a burn-in on the OLED, but that's only if you're forcing it. But overall, it's been more of an agenda, an exaggeration from, I would say, the other camp of the LED camp that's been pushing this whole thing where, okay, don't ever touch OLED. And I kind of bought into that. But now I'm realizing that it's been blown out of proportion. What I'm trying to tell you is, guys, OLED is not for everyone. Okay, it's not for everyone, but it's a cool thing that this technology exists. There's a reason why Ridley Scott and Francis Ford Coppola, especially Sir Ridley Scott, he wants you to experience the movies on the OLED. And experiencing movies on the OLED, once you turn off all your lights, you will see the movie the way it was meant to be. The bigger the OLED, the bigger the size, the better. This is 55. If you go with a 65, then you're going to appreciate that movie even more. For those of you who have OLED, you know exactly what I'm talking about. For those of you who don't have it, then I recommend that you go to your friend's house. I recommend that you go ahead to the Magnolia, spend some time. Don't rush it. Do your homework, look at it, learn about it, and you will see and you will come to the conclusion that OLED, it's the best for the movies. I personally think the QLED, it's great for the video games due to the 120 hertz refresh rate, due to the FreeSync 2, many different other factors. It's perfect for gaming, However, if you truly want to appreciate the picture quality on the movies, this is it. If you're a movie lover, you got to have an OLED. There's no any other way of me saying it.
really think I'm entitled to an answer to that.
And the one thing that you will appreciate about the OLED, it's the fact that every and each pixel it's emitting by itself. Why is this a big deal? It is a big deal because you are reproducing every and each pixel on this movie. Means every and each color it's individually being emitted, therefore giving you the best possible representation of the principal photography, the color, everything that movie director has
That it's going to be
put
all
into
right.
this movie, you will see it. Everything that Stanley Kubrick has put into this movie, you will see.
Much better now.
And this is why a lot of the film directors recommend the OLED. It's for this reason, you know. And I'm not doing this to kiss
Look, Dave.
or to join like some kind of a OLED bandwagon. You guys know I have every television. I got everything. I got projectors. I got televisions. I have it all. And I'm not saying this to brag about it. This is just a fact. I have it. Okay, and you know that I'm not trying to jump to any of the bandwagon out there. You guys know me. I don't do that. That's not my style. I'm not a fanboy. I'm not a brand boy. I'm just here to tell you the fact. This is the fact. The fact is that OLED will give you the best possible representation of a movie. It's going to be difficult for you to achieve this kind of clarity on a LED, LCD, LED full array backlit. Even though it has quantum dot technology, even though it has the best possible local dimming, and that's great. It is great that you have that option available on the LED, LCD backlit. But you guys have to remember, it's just impossible for the LCD LED to reproduce this type of detail because it's not emitting every and each pixel by itself. It needs support. It needs LED backlit. Don't get me wrong, the QLED TV and Z9F and Z9D and Q9F, what they're doing for an LCD television, these are the best LCD LED televisions you can buy in the market right now. What they're doing, it's fantastic. And yes, you're going to have the best, brightest possible picture, okay? I'm not saying that you're not going to enjoy this movie on a QLED or Z9F or Z9D or Q8FN. I'm not saying that you will not appreciate this movie on LCD LED backlit. Yes, you will appreciate it. But if you truly want to immerse yourself into every possible detail in the movie, then that's for whom the OLED is. It's really for the movie lovers who want the best of the best, who want to see every detail in the movie. It's for videophiles, if you will. Okay. Hopefully, you know, I'm registering with some of you about what I'm trying to say here. Yes, there is a risk of a burn-in, but that's only if you are forcing it. Only if you're forcing it. If you're not forcing it, you're not going to see it. I mean, look at these deep dark levels and look at every and each pixel, the way it's emitting. That's just amazing, man. You can't see this type of a detail on an LCD, LED backlit. It's just not gonna happen, guys. The only way you're gonna see this if you have every and each pixel emit by itself, and that's what you're getting here. You're getting every and each pixel emit by itself, okay? And you clearly can see that. Even through this camera that I'm recording, you clearly can see that. All right? And that's the whole point I'm trying to bring about here. Yes, I want to give you my settings. Remember, use the Dolby Home Cinema settings. This is what I recommend for Dolby Vision. This is the best for Dolby Vision. There's nothing better than this. In my opinion, for OLED Dolby Vision, it's going to give you that nice, detailed Dolby Vision picture settings for the OLED, and it just looks amazing. Well, there you have it. This video, it's gotten to be a little bit longer. I wanted to show you a little bit of a clip of this movie. I wanted to talk about the OLED, and I also wanted to give you my settings. Remember, go to the Cinema Dolby Vision Cinema Home picture settings. This is where you want to be, and you can try this out. It's already put in a preset. Just make sure that you turn off the motion flow off. You don't need that. I never use it for the movies. I would only use it for the sports. If you like watching sports, you can use it for that. But for the movies, you want to turn that crap off. You don't need that. So all the settings have been given to you here. Like I said, I'll say this one more time. If you love movies, the OLED, it's the best there is. At the moment, until we get micro LEDs, the micro LEDs is still out. The jury's still out on that one because no one has been able to experience the micro LEDs. So it's still kind of being kept secret as to what it can do and as to what kind of side effects it might have. So micro LEDs, it's wait and see. Time will tell. We'll see what's going to happen with the micro LEDs. If micro LEDs turn out to be another best thing, then that's it. But we don't know yet. That's still out to be determined, okay? Micro LEDs are still out to be determined. All right, guys. Well, thank you for watching this video. I really appreciate it. So hopefully this gives you some idea as to maybe why you should get an OLED and for whom the OLED is. It's really for the movie lovers. I'll say this one more time. If you love movies, if you're a videophile, if you're a movie lover, there's no question about it. The OLED, it's for you. Thank you for watching this video. I'll see you guys soon. I got some other videos in the works for you. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but you will see it. Have a good one, though. Take care.